Hey tech fans, what are we doing today? So, I ran into a problem yesterday. Oh, I hate to get these problems. So, not with this device, but that device. Where is it? There it is. It. That one right there. So that's the NAS. The NAS stopped working. Yeah. Completely stopped. I mean, you could turn it on, but the top light was flashing. Now, what could that be? Can't connect into it. Windows says unable to find it. Everything's tied into that. So what I'm doing now, I'm taking the Gateway laptop I have. You know, our favorite 2-in-1 touchscreen that doesn't really want to work too well. Best thing to do with that, just disable it in the motherboard. Come on, frankly, I know a lot of you bought this laptop for a reason, for touchscreen, but how many times do you use it? So I know Microsoft doesn't really support these too much, the 2-in-1. So yeah, it's a shame. A lot of us bought it for touchscreen. But anyway, besides all of that, I decided to take the 128 gig storage and back it up, but still not. Didn't work out too well. So I have another one of these. Remember, I have 8 of these drives. A guy gave me the server. Hey, he said, here, Albert, here, take this. Yeah, he didn't say, hey, Albert, these are GPT drives. They are not master boot record. That's MBR. Yeah, you can't boot the OS from this. So I have to reformat this from GPT to, well, no, that's like the format I have to use is GPT, because these are SAT 64 megabyte cache. These are 4.0 purple, WD purple. They're for surveillance. Surveillance. I can't say. Okay, let's play this. Outdoor video cameras or indoor cameras. You seen the camera, the little globe with the ball? You don't see. It's a 360-degree camera. That's what these are for. These store those records onto these. Because remember, WD, Western Digital, they have blue drive. They got red, black, and they got the purple, and they got the green. Green is the, I had greens. I don't like them. They say power, but they're very weak. This is good for what it can do. And I say it's the fastest drive, but it's very durable. Because they're designed to, you know, and they're very expensive, so they're not cheap. I have 8 of them. Yeah. So I have one in there, and I have one here. So I'm going to back up that. That's Linux. I don't know which version of Linux that is, and I did some research, and I found out, you know, what the when you hit the reset button, does it reset, or does the password that you put in there, is it in there for life, which is in there for life basically, and what's the other thing I had to find out? They said back years ago, oh, you can use it with any Linux operating system to get to the file. No, you can't. Well, I know Chromecast you can't. I can't say Chromecast because that's what Chrome OS. Yeah, the Chrome OS, that Chromebook, or that laptop, you know, they have it so secured that you really can't do anything with it. It's basically whatever you can get out off the Chrome store or the Google Play Store. You can't put, hey, Bob, Charlie gave me a full app, and I want to put it on my Chromebook. No, you could do it, but you have to wipe out your drive and go into development mode. If you can get development. They don't want you to use development mode, but yet it's there. But that's how they tackle security, so nothing can get on your machine. They really have a tight lid there, but the trade-off is you got it's almost like a dumb laptop. The only problem with Google and their products, they need to, okay, like Apple. I don't know what cutoff date to Apple is, but most of Apple's stuff, if you have an Apple device, it keeps getting renewed. And I guess there's a time where it'll cut off. But when Google cuts you off, they cut you off. Look at what the Wi-Fi router I had. Well, of course, I could put OpenWRT on it, but I have to have a Linux device I try to get it. So I was going to take one of these laptops that I have that I'm not using and put Linux on it. Was it UB something? I don't know, I had these weird names. And put the Linux operating system. Linux operating system is for those who want to really tinker. Now, we Windows techs, we can go into the DOS or the CMD, the command prompt, and change configuration settings, telnet, do all sorts of weird things, right? Because that's how it's based on DOS. And back before you had the Windows, that's how it was. It was like a DOS, a text, black back screen. You could have blue too, you don't have that black. But I'm just saying that's how it was. I can do scripts. I know how to do scripts. I know how to do programs. I can create execs. I can create COs. I have programs that can just do it on the fly. And I wrote a lot of scripts that way. Okay. That's me. Now Linux, different ball game. I tried to learn Linux. I know some commands because you had to do it for Android when I was doing a lot of modding. But, you know, but anyway. So this is a Windows NTF on here. I already have 112 gigs being used for video. I guess I must have started backing up in the beginning. Got to back up. I can't. So every once in a while, I'm gonna back up everything to this. I could just hook up all of this and that access point. You see it? The Cisco right behind me with the two antennas. That has media storage. It has a little NAS feature. It's pretty quick. But do we want to tie up that to do? It's doing 2.4 right now, right? It's actually have prioritized devices. You want to do a print job. The print job gets high priority over lights and everything else because that's what it's doing. It's doing everything. It's doing the two printers I got. It's doing all 20. I think it's 20. Remember, it's controlling all the fans. All that's 2.4 gigahertz. That's why I said you have to isolate the 2.4 gigahertz from the 5 gigahertz. I know they say, hey, dual band router, you can do all this stuff. Yeah, but they don't tell you about the degrading. Because you have so much RAM allocated for each gigahertz. You have the 2.4, okay? And you got some RAM going to that. And it depends how many nodes, devices. You have to find out how many devices that router you just bought can handle. I know Walmart, they got something for like about, I think it's $21. Yeah, it's a AC 1200 wireless router. I don't know if that's 10100 because they trick you. Is that a gig? The box doesn't say nothing about it. If the box doesn't say gig ports, don't buy it. Don't get trapped. Because if it's a 10100, 10 is equivalent to 6 megabytes, and 10 is okay, it's 10100, so the 10 is 6 and 100 is 60. When you're transferring files and you're not getting that 600 or close to 600 megabytes of files coming down, and it's showing it's at 30 and 40, something's wrong. And this thing here, the NAS, it's, I had it for a long time. Don't get me wrong. It served very well. I've had some issues with it. The new ones now, they do cloud. But that just, inside that, it's just like a Raspberry Pi or one of the other mini boards. That's what's in there. That is like $250 for that. That's expensive. That's why some people take a Raspberry Pi or the Chinese Orange Pi and get the casing and get the housing and build your own NAS from it. And then they connect either one of these or the SSDs. I don't have any more SSDs. I got originally, I got 6 of them. And they're in the computers and the laptops and stuff like that. This gateway, we're going to talk about it another time. I'm going to dabble inside of it and see what I can change. And a lot of guys say you can't. There's always a way to tap into things. The USB ports can do a lot of things. But right now, we're going to back up this. So to back up this, I have, this is USB 3.0 adapter. Now the hard drives, let me show you something here. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So we have a whole bunch of these. These are Hitachi. What size is this? This is around 5400 RPM. I took it out of the Asus. I had a Asus netbook. It don't work no more. I had to send it back to them, the netbook, because one half the screen was distorted and the other one. So I sent them a message and I said, as a tech to tech, this is what's wrong with it. They can't fix it. So what they do is they replace the screen. Sometimes they send you a new device. So they have bad screens. I don't want to get any ASUS products when it comes to computers. What else did I have from them? Something else I had from them that didn't work too well. Yeah, so this is 160 gig. It's 120, 160. That's what this is. Yeah. But this adapter that you see here, see it? With the can work with these and SSDs. Now, if you're going to use one of these, you don't need a power adapter because it has you don't need it. It can run because this thing takes a lot. This thing here, this is a mechanical hard drive. Eventually, what I'll end up doing is once I get everything and put on here, I'll have this get an SSD. Now, remember, SSDs don't last for a long time because they're memory. You know what memory is. So just keep backing up your stuff. If you have your important stuff, paperwork, documents, things, that's crucial to your life, you should have a backup of it. I do have a backup to these. I have another a blue drive. I do have backup, but I want to get these files off, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to start the process. I can't show you. Let me see something here. I like how Windows 11 has a side-by-side feature right there, because Windows 10 it was not like this. Okay, we're going to select all. I'm going to drag it and drop. It's going to go over wireless. I have 802.11ac. Hey, by the way, Walmart go into Walmart. I went to the Walmart store to get stuff, and I was in the electronics department, and all the routers are on sale. Most of the Wi-Fi 5s, they're really cheap. This one for $80. I think it's an AC 2600 or no, AC 2600 is $99. That's still cheap. No, but don't get fooled by the AC 2600. But those will do a gig. It says it does 2.5 gig over wireless. Good. But remember, you have to have devices for that. That's not Wi-Fi 6. That's Wi-Fi 5. Wi-Fi 5 is still good though. That's AC. That's 802.11 AC. That's so good. A lot of you. Most of you have that. New laptops. How many laptops come out with Wi-Fi 6? Now they have Wi-Fi 6E. I don't like the way they have this set up. Let's see. Where is the commands to grab everything? So what a command here to do. I want to select all. Where is that? Oh, here it is. Select all. Jeez, Microsoft, I don't know why you do it like this. Okay. It was doing gig transfer. Look at that. Okay, so we have enough space to drop all these files. So the 4 terabyte in there, the exact same thing I just showed you. It's gonna go into this. We have another one. I have another one in two desktops. At first, I was gonna throw them away. I said, "What the heck? I can't use this." Yes, I can. Thank God I didn't do that. Crazy. But yeah. Oh yeah. The SSDs, they're based on these things here, these chips. These reading ROM is supposed to be fast. Well, memory is faster than the hard drive, you know? So, the SSDs, you can't defrag them. You got to be careful with them. Just remember, there's no defragging. You don't defrag RAM. Now, RAM can have space and blocks. It's like, that's what, like the registry. There's a registry defrag. Registry defrag gets rid of the spaces in the registry. Every time you install and delete, you have spaces. Oh, and this is extra glare here. Hey, Google, turn off Live 3. Okay. You can see me now, right? You see the glare? I saw the glare from the light. These lights, you can do anything you want. These smart lights. Now, Walmart got rid of all the Mercury, I think it's Mercury company, I think it's out of China. They were making these bulbs for them. Now they're going to Roku. And Roku is more expensive. I don't know too much about the Roku product. I don't have nothing Roku in here. I don't have their smart TV adapter box, because all I have is our friend there. Where is it? I have this, and I saw it someplace. We have Fire Sticks all over the place. Now this is going to take some time. Doesn't matter. It needs to be backed up so I can be saved. I'm doing one folder at a time, though. I know I did the whole thing one time over the network, but then the network was a little cranky at the time. It took over an hour. It's a lot of files. I know there's another a faster way to do that, but if I clone it, it's going to be the same operating system. I don't want the same operating system. I don't want Linux. I want to use Windows. I want to be able to get to it on any computer. I should be able to plug this device into that. This thing here. Because that does have NAS capabilities. You know, that was $200 for that. That wasn't cheap. Today, for the same money, you can get Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 6E with multitude of antennas. But remember, with those devices, if they get hot, you're going to have to cool them down. Oh, I should be using these glasses. Sorry, wrong glasses. Hold on. Okay. This is Brainiac glasses. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, that's what I use. I do acting. I play role play. I'm at a channel. I don't have them here because they have nothing to do with this channel. So I separate all my other channels. Like this channel would go good with maybe the solar channel. Well, not really the solar. Solar's separate. The gaming channel. So we have Albert's Voice Games. Yeah. There's only 2 videos. I have more videos to put up. I haven't got around to doing it yet. So busy. Right now we're focused on World of Tank Blitz and Star Trek Online. I do play Netherwood Terror. I don't play it all the time. Asphalt 9. Asphalt 9 is the best racing game they got out there. I'm just a little disappointed with them because my account gone. No, I did not get, nobody got into my account. No, them. They will not support. Sometimes you can jerry-rig and get into, not jerry-rig, Jerry. Yeah, you can use your social media accounts to get into games and stuff. But be careful doing that, because if the game company doesn't want to support your social media account and you had a lot, you lose everything. They can't help you. That's terrible, isn't it? Happened to me. I had over almost $1 million, and I had all the cars they had. Now I got stuff from scratch. So I want to play those cars all over again. It took a long time. You know, I had the best sports cars. But I notice you guys you're not really into that. Most of you are into either the tank game. But the tank game is popular, and Star Trek is alright. If I had to choose between the two, I'd say Star Trek, because you can do more things. I mean, if you die, you come back. In World of Tank Blitz, they had that feature too, but, you know, you can only die and come back so many times. Anyway, what I'm saying is this. When you have a Wi-Fi router that It's doing everything. Routing, switching, everything. You rely on everything. It's going to overheat unless it has fans. And a lot of those little plastic ones, they don't have it. The mesh systems are good for people who don't want wires and all kind of stuff running around. If you're not a real tech would have wires and gadgets, because I'm a real tech. You don't see it because I don't want to show it. I have wires and gizmos behind. I got all kind of stuff below. We have APC, which is the battery backup. The battery died, but I can use any solar battery and put in there a lithium-ion battery to recharge. It'll last longer. Inside that is a lead battery. I don't think it can back it up. I don't think it can charge it up anymore. I don't know. I never tried it. I wonder if I get this. I think it's a 12-volt battery. Is it in here? Yeah, it's in here. I wonder if I could charge that up and use it in my solar. Or is it completely dead? But I should look into that. It's another project. Yeah, so those plastic ones you buy, they get hot. Even this gets hot, but I don't have it on the. I don't have it. It's hot in the back, but it's not back because the circulation is getting there. And I have AC on now. I have central air, so it's keeping the house cool and everything stays nice and cool. Remember, these devices do not work well if it's too hot. They have fail-safe, and especially your phone, it overheats. Or you have these things. Battery pack. I forget how much this is. I think this is $2,400. This is good. See, I have Velcro. It connects to my case on my phone, and I can walk around with this. Because if the battery goes dead, if you're on a job, because you're doing a lot of jobs, like tech jobs, and they would say, "Hey, have a battery backup with you." You can't give them an excuse. Oh, my phone died. No. They won't bring you back. They want you to keep going. I hope you learn a lot from me. I share. There's nothing to hide. Texts are all the same. I'm not being sponsored. Those being sponsored, I don't know what they're doing. I can't speak for them. But, everybody got to make money. So, they got to do what they got to do. But I'm just telling you. I think somebody's, one of the other tech channels, they got hit. Somebody contacted me to do sponsoring, but they should check it out before they download PDFs and stuff like that. Check out the site. Make sure they're legit. Check with Trustpilot and the other company. There's a whole bunch of them. Make sure they don't have no bad marks. I'm not gonna believe somebody's word. Hey, how much do you charge for a 30-second spot? Shouldn't you know? Shouldn't you make an offer and tell me how much? You can tell me a set price. Sometimes a lot of those are not real people. And they're real, but I'm saying they're not who they claim to be. You gotta be careful with that stuff. I check them out. When it comes to the internet, I check everything out. You guys gotta do the same thing. When you log into the internet and you get on the internet, you open up a whole new world to your network. You gotta make sure you have it. If you have the money, or get one of those Raspberry Pis and put Pi-hole on it. I think Pi-hole's free. So that gives you like a blue coat web monitor. It protects you from the web. Let's put it that way. I mean, you could do that without using that, but it's just tricky. But just be careful on there. It's dangerous. Everybody that sent you an email is suspicious. And know who it's going to contact. Look at the email. Look at the extension. It looks weird. Extra characters in there. It should be clean. And sometimes they are clean, and they still are suspicious. There was a way to do it for Yahoo.com. That email. You can see where it was coming from, but the IP. Look at the IP. See, it was coming from a legit source. Just be careful. And be careful on your phone. They're going after you on your phone. I have 3-way protection on my phone. One I get from the CSP, and one I have my own. technically speaking, I block everybody. If you're not a friend on my list, you're not going to get in. The phone will not ring. I'll get a notification telling me a call came in, but it's not going to disturb me. The phone is for yourself to use. It's not supposed to be an intrusion. These people have no right to call and harass you and ask you to buy stuff that you don't need. I learned that a long time ago. There was a guy online, he came up with a way to block all calls. Back then, we used modems, or your laptop had a built-in modem. So he had software that would use that caller ID. So your phone would go through your laptop. So the laptop would be your Girl Friday. Girl Friday would be like your second. And this is another word for a secretary. So the secretary, your Girl Friday, would intercept the calls. And these people could be harassing you, bill collectors, all sorts of things. Whatever you owe, whatever you had going on in your life. That would stop it. And if they curse on the phone, you could create a text to voice, and have your girl curse back at them. You can have a message like this. Doo, doo, doo. The number you have just dialed, 294-498-764-999-200. I know it doesn't. It's you see where I'm going with that, and that's what you can play. Drive them crazy. It's no longer in service. There's not another number. Goodbye. Click. You could do that to him. I was good at doing things like that. Well, it's my phone. That's my phone. I can do what I want. I don't want to be harassed. The only problem with that, the best thing was to use a laptop, because the laptop, if the power went out, the laptop battery would kick in. But if the laptop went out and there's no power, then the calls would get in. I had lots of calls. It kept a long. I think the software, I'm not promoting it, but it was called TraySoft. I don't know if you're still doing it today. I doubt it. There's a lot of people. You have digital phone. You could do it with your digital phone, because you're gonna get all kind of calls. I'm talking about digital phone, or your FiOS digital phone. Yeah. If you have a landline, I don't want those. That's dangerous. Your smartphone is yours. You're paying for it. You have the right to pick up that phone, or you don't have the right to pick up that phone. You don't have the right to. You have the right. That's your phone. You do what you want. If you don't want to talk to nobody, you don't have to talk to nobody. I have a friend that's he's loaded, and he do not pick up the phone. He don't care who it is. If it's not a number they recognize, they're not going to pick it up. And he's right. Why should you pick it up? You have unknown calls, anonymous, private. They come up your number. Isn't that kind of crazy? Your number is calling you. Who is that? It says the President of the United States is calling you. You know it's not the President of the United States. The FBI, the IRS, all sorts of. Mickey Mouse is calling you. You want to know where's Minnie the Mouse is. Things like that. Who is that? You know who it is. On myself, and I used to, when I was working at a warehouse, coming home, I get this woman contact me. Hey John. I said, yeah. Are you coming over tonight? I said, yeah. I know, I'm playing around. Because she always call and talk to me. They must have realized it was the wrong number. Yeah, I said I'm on my way. I'm on my way home. What I'm saying is this. Why are they calling? Where they get the number from? It's your area code and the first three prefixes. They got that, and they just attach on another number to it, and they call you. And today, those calls, it could be for insurance, for lights, for roofing, windows, all sorts of things they come up with. I don't want her to be harassed by that. They already knock on my door. They said, listen, this is what you tell them. If you don't want these products, hey, I'm not interested. If I'm interested, I'll get it on my own. I don't accept any door to door. Okay? Or you can say, hey, I live in hardship, I don't have it. Click. Go, close your door. You don't have to say that like that. One woman was jumping at her. I said, oh, what is it? What do you want? Oh, sorry, sir. I'm here to it said on her shirt, windows and roofing. Sir, your windows are old. Yeah, but mine is pure aluminum. What you put up today are not aluminum. It's a mixture of plastic and who knows what else. So when the house gets on fire, those plastic melt. You ever? I can tell you some stories, boy. I've seen new house, these windows. When they get on fire, they melt. Not this window. I'm talking about the plastic ones, the vinyl ones they have. Oh, what happened to this? Don't sleep on me. I'm doing this wrong. What I should do is plug everything into this, but I don't have enough plugs. I'm gonna get stopped. It's gonna take too long this way. Oh, I'm backing up, but I should back over USB. Here, let me do this. Take off this. Use a 3.0 plug. Plug the multi-adapter. I don't know if I can show you this. Why is it acting up like this? I guess I can. See? I got one of these. So I got the hard drive in here. We got the wireless antenna. This is a type, you know what this is. Has the gig port in the back and this USB 3.0. You use these now because if your NIC inside your laptop or is obsolete, I'll be having this type here, or your card in your main computer is out, but they do fail. So you use, what the hell is it? Okay, let's do it this way. I lost the drive. Okay, it came back up again. Oh, crap. What I was trying to say is these come in handy and they can restore your connection. And you don't have to cry and fret over these things. The people cry, oh, my computer is not working. Now it should be faster. Let's see. Because the other way it was just taking too long. I was using type 2. Take too long. Okay, so yeah, like I said with the phones and everything, your cell phone is your phone. You can. What I use, you block everything. 1-800 numbers, overseas numbers, everything. Now you say, how you get jobs? And it could be tricky. I contact them, when I contact them for jobs, to contact me SMS or give me a number you can reach out. A lot of them have toll-free numbers. A lot of them, they're not in the United States. The ones that have the jobs on the bulletin boards, they're overseas. I did find one company that will talk to me SMS. But I still haven't worked with them yet because it never happened. I told him he wanted to offer me 25. No, 25, 35. Yeah, we can do that. We have money for that. So why they put that in there? So what they do is they bait and switch you. They rather pay you less and keep more for themselves. Some of these gig jobs, they do that. I did a gig job for Pepsi Cola. I'm not saying who it was. It was a check. They're going to another company, the third company, was going to repave the place. They want to see what kind of damage they were going to confront. So at first they had the job for like $10. $10. The maximum they could go was 30 an hour. 30 a spot. That's not bad. I did that in 15 minutes. Yeah. You tell me what job is going to pay you 30 for 15-minute work, an hour. 15 or 75 for a job site. Some companies, they don't want to pay you properly. They want to pay you, they'll offer you 50 for the first hour and flex rate. You don't want flex rate. That means you're not going to get that 50. You might go down to 25 or 20. Nah. No. That's not how it works. Or they'll say 160 for the site. So that job, if you go past the 160, you're not going to get another 160. That's all they're going to give you. So be careful what you pick when you're doing these jobs. There should be a set rate. Today's hard. 25 an hour is not enough anymore. That's $1,000 a week. 35, that's 1,200. 50. And they're going to say no. If there's a big client, if it's a multi-billion-dollar client, how much is the company getting before they send you out? Who's the client? Find out who they are. Do research. See how much money. If they're a billion-dollar, trillion-dollar company, I'm sure they're getting all the money. So out of 100% of that money they're offering you, you're supposed to take the 75%, and they take 25%. But in the real world, a lot of them don't do that. I worked for a company for a long time, and they were charging a client $150 an hour. I'm supposed to keep 75%, and they keep 25%. They want to give me 16%, and they keep the rest. Isn't that terrible? But they had to give me mileage. They don't want to. So the maximum. So how much do you want to go down there? Well, I figured how much in gas I'm going to spend. It's supposed to be round trip too. They try to shortchange. So those kind of companies you don't want to deal with. The nickel and dime. You don't want to get nickel and dime. Listen. When this thing goes bad, and they do go bad, make sure you're backing it up, and don't back it on the Linux. Back it up with a different operating system so you can get to your files. If you have a Linux computer in the house, then you're okay. Well, technically speaking, yeah. Same thing with the Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi kits. I had a Raspberry Pi. I had one. It cost me $80. I got the case and everything for it. I could never get it to work. And I got it through Amazon. And Amazon, they contact, we can't contact Raspberry Pi because they are in England and they're closed. Different times. No, I said, this refund me my money. I'll send it back to you. I did. It's garbage. I didn't want it. I guess if I got another kind of Raspberry Pi or Orange Pi, or Pi is another one, the Chinese mark. They have one with this. It looks like this. Keyboard. So your keyboard's the computer, and then you can hook up your monitor, your sound, all your devices, and all like that into it. And you just go like that. This is nice. I like these. These are from Logitech. These were selling for like $19. And it's so, remember, the price fixing, which is I don't know. So, the price fixing is, they're all Amazon, Walmart, Newegg, eBay, all have the same, unless it's used, it's different pricing. All have the same price. Target, forget this Target around here. So that's what I did. I grabbed them all. All I can get from Amazon. There was only a few on Amazon. Target had these, the same thing. These are good. They last a long time. Bluetooth connection. But you have built-in touchpad. You don't need a mouse. There's no wires. This is good if you have... I'm in the living room right now. I can control my I can hook this up to a little friend there, this thing here, and turn that into a little computer and download and move things around. But I had a PC in here, and that's why I had this in here. And that's why I had it hooked up. Oh, hey, before I go, the government, if you're in the United States, the government is giving you $100 to buy a computer, and you have to put 50 on top of that, so 150. You can get a Raspberry Pi and have a little computer. It's up to you. Or you spend a little bit more and put 40, match it with 100, that'd be 200, and you get a computer. You might want to think about that. Or you can get a used computer, one of those HP minis. You can put more than one monitor. I don't know if you can do, I think you can do 4K. You have to get a special card. If you want to save money, what should you buy today? Well, we'll talk about that in another video, because this video is going to, we'll talk about this in the next video. Hey, thanks for, subscribe today. Yeah. I want the channel to grow. Thanks for those who have subscribed.